1 Corinthians 6:19. Do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit, who is in you, whom you have received from God? You are not your own. This verse reveals a profound spiritual truth. Our bodies are not merely physical vessels, they are dwelling places of God's Spirit. To receive the Holy Spirit is not only to be empowered, but also to be sanctified, set apart, and wholly devoted to God. We are no longer our own. When a believer receives the Spirit, it is not a symbolic experience, but a divine indwelling, making our lives sacred ground. Jesus explains how the Holy Spirit comes to dwell in a believer in John 14:21. The one having my commands and keeping them is the one loving me. The one loving me will be loved by my Father, and I too will love him and reveal myself to him. The indwelling Spirit begins with obedience. The Holy Spirit is not given to the rebellious or the indifferent, but to those who love Jesus by keeping his commands. Further, in John 14:23, Jesus says, "Anyone who loves me will obey my teaching. My Father will love them, and we will come to them and make our home with them." Here Jesus reveals that those who love and obey him will experience the intimate presence of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. The word home, Greek mun, meaning dwelling place, signifies a permanent, holy union. This is how the Holy Spirit makes our bodies temples, not symbolic structures, but holy places filled with God's presence. 14. Supporting scriptures and their spiritual meaning. 1 Romans 8:9. If anyone does not have the Spirit of Christ, they do not belong to Christ. Without the Spirit, we are not in union with Jesus. 2 Romans 12:1. Offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship. We must consecrate our bodies, not just our words. 3 1 Corinthians 3:16. Don't you know that you yourselves are God's temple and that God's Spirit dwells in your midst? We are collectively and individually the sacred temple of God. 4 2 Corinthians 6:16. We are the temple of the living God. As God has said, I will live with them and walk among them. God desires communion, not distant religion. 5 Ephesians 1:13. When you believed, you were marked in him with a seal, the promised Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is God's seal of ownership. 6 Ezekiel 36:27. I will put my Spirit in you and move you to follow my decrees. The Spirit enables obedience. 7 Galatians 5:25. Since we live by the Spirit, let us keep in step with the Spirit. Life in the Spirit is continual, not a one-time event. 8 John 7:38-39. Whoever believes in me, rivers of living water will flow from within them. The Spirit is living, flowing, and renewing. 9 Titus 3:5. He saved us by the washing of rebirth and renewal by the Holy Spirit. The Spirit transforms us from the inside out. 10 Galatians 4:6. God sent the Spirit of his Son into our hearts, the Spirit who calls out, Abba, Father. The Spirit gives us intimacy with God. 11 Acts 5:32. The Holy Spirit, whom God has given to those who obey him. Obedience is the gateway to receiving the Spirit. 12 1 John 3:24. This is how we know that he lives in us. We know it by the Spirit he gave us. The Spirit affirms God's abiding presence. 13 Romans 8:11. The Spirit of him who raised Jesus from the dead is living in you. Resurrection power now lives in us. 14 Revelation 3:20. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in and eat with that person. God desires daily fellowship within his temple, you. Conclusion: to be the temple of the Holy Spirit is not symbolic. It is a holy calling. It demands a life of surrender, obedience, holiness, and love. The Holy Spirit will not dwell in a defiled place, but he will abide in those who honor the commands of Jesus and love him. This is how the believer walks in daily communion with God, not by feeling, but by faith and obedience. Let your life become a sanctuary where God is glorified and his Spirit is at home. Amen.